Hey everybody, I'm Dr. Angel Storm. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I'm talking to you about things the narcissist doesn't want you to know. And I want you to know these things because this is truly what the narcissist is thinking about. This is truly how the narcissist feels. Sometimes, I've mentioned this before, we get into the belief system that who the narcissist was during the love bombing phase was who they really were, and that if you could have done something or loved them more or whatever, then the outcome of the relationship would have been different, or the narcissist would have behaved differently, or the narcissist, could have adjusted and gotten back on their true path in life, or whatever it is that we make up in our heads that has something to do with us and our behavior and that impacting the narcissist. So, first of all, know that that isn't true. From day one, the narcissist was looking at you and was thinking of ways to use every single thing that you said to them against you. So they were looking for things that you would say that they could then accuse you of. Specifically, if you were in a romantic relationship, they were looking for ways to accuse you of cheating, of stealing, of lying, of any kind of thing like that, so that when there was a fight, it was easy for them to say, well, you said this, and then you said this, and then you did this, none of which need to even be true. It's just that the narcissist needs some small pieces that they can put together to create this storyline that isn't completely made up. Narcissists, I have a video that I talk about how to decode narcissist lies, and one of the biggest things that you need to know is that narcissists don't usually outright lie until they have a pretty good foundation of lies and truths mixed. So they have half truths, they have a small portion of the story and things like that that they will build a foundation upon. This is actually to escalate the gaslighting. So when they say that never happened, they actually have parts of the story that they can point back to tell you, this is what you said, this is what you did, this is what I said, this is what I meant, this is what actually happened, and they can start building a story. So for example, if you said something happened on a certain day, but it was really a different day, the narcissist will use that later on to say, well, do you remember when you were confused? You've been confused before. You didn't get the date right before. You've misinterpreted things that have happened, or remembered incorrectly things that have happened. So I don't think you're remembering this thing that we're talking about now correctly either. So you need to know that everything builds upon everything else. Everything is having the snowball effect with the narcissist. From day one, they were looking for things and remembering things that they could use against you later on. The narcissist also doesn't want you to know that they never intended to keep you as their only supply, that they have always been on the look for a better supply, an easier supply, a supply that would offer them more. And again, depending on the narcissist, what more is will change. But the narcissist was never interested in just making you their only supply, their only partner, if that's the way that you thought about the relationship. That is never true. Narcissists, you'll also notice, will never be by themselves, ever. They will jump from one relationship to the next. And I use that term very loosely because they're usually not committed relationships. These are people that they're seeing or whatever. If you find yourself with a narcissist where you live together or you're married, this is usually for the optics. They want people to look at them in a certain light. Okay, it's that time of my life where I need to be married. I need to have a normal looking life. And that's why they do it. They do it because they know that they need to behave in certain manners to kind of fit into society. And they will do that accordingly. But that still doesn't change the fact that they're never going to be committed to you or even, like I said, have you as their only supply. That being said, the narcissist is going to put a lot of emphasis on how the relationship is. the fact that this is a committed relationship, that they're very committed to you, that the integrity of the relationship is very important to them. And that's to manipulate you. That's to make you feel like you need to stay committed to that relationship because obviously they're committed to the relationship. They will use words like this to make you think that their words and their actions will always disagree. If you actually just look at what they do and stop listening to what they say, by the way, I talk about this all the time, let their actions speak. Literally put a mute button on what they're saying and just watch their actions. If you have any doubts about where the narcissist is and how they feel about you, just look at their actions. Stop listening to their words. They do this so that it's easy to manipulate you, so in hopes that you will listen to what they say and not pay attention to what they do and not try to hold them accountable for what they do either. Narcissists love the internet because they can meet so many different people. So in fact, you can be sitting next to a narcissist, you can be sharing a bed with the narcissist, and meanwhile be having many conversations ongoing with people out there in internet land, where they all believe also that they are the narcissist's only supply. The narcissist also doesn't want you to know that they've already planned on using the way that you treat them against you. So for example, the better that you treat the narcissist, the worse they will treat you. And that's to try to get you to up your efforts. You know, the narcissist is all about energy. And so the more energy that they can get from you, whether that is in terms of your time, in terms of your effort in the relationship, in terms of even your thought life, like how you think about the narcissist, what you think about the relationship, things that you could do different or more of in the relationship, the narcissist has already planned that the more you do for them, they will do less for you. And this is because this increases, again, the trauma bond connection, and it makes you believe that you are the problem, that if you did more, said more, whatever, if you could do more things, that then the outcome of the relationship would be different. And this is part of, again, the narcissist not wanting to be held accountable for anything that they do, and they will avoid any type of situation where they're forced to be held accountable, which again goes back to my first point, which I told you, they are literally keeping track of everything that you say to them so they can use it against you later on. I think one of the most important things to note in this video is that the narcissist doesn't want you to know that they don't have a conscience. They don't have a conscience, and it is possible that you have a seared conscience. You must understand that it is absolutely possible that you your understanding, your perception of what right and wrong are completely eliminated. And that's true with narcissists. And especially narcissism is a scale, as I've mentioned before. The closer you get to things like antisocial personality disorder and psychopaths, they don't have consciences. And so it's impossible that you would ever convince them or argue with them or reason with them that this behavior that they have is wrong, that they are hurting you, that this is damaging even to them own selves or their relationships. You're never going to be able to argue an ethical or moral or even an emotional argument with a narcissist, because they literally will not be able to grasp that. They don't have a conscience, and it's been seared. So you need to understand, like, even though you may really, really want them to see your point of view, it's impossible. So stop trying to make them do something that they can't do. You're responsible for you, and you need you. You need you. The narcissist doesn't need you. And the quicker that you can understand that, grasp that, embrace it, and make your actions follow that knowledge, the quicker to the path of healing that you can get on, and the sooner that you're going to start your new life. So it's important for you to recognize that there really needs to be an end to where you say this is enough is enough. I actually don't believe that there's such a thing as rock bottom. I think that varies for every single person, which is why some people can tell red flags with a narcissist within the first 30 minutes of meeting somebody and know, I'm not going to do that. But other people need to have like 3 years, 30 years with a narcissist before they're finally ready to recognize like that person is unhealthy and I need to make a change. So your rock bottom is determined upon you. Yes, we should all be looking for, the best attributes in people and things like that, but we should also be able to have a realistic picture. And especially when it comes to dealing with a narcissist, especially in the beginning with the love bombing phase, it's very easy for them to blend in, and you want to so quickly believe that that's who they are, but that isn't true. And so if you had boundaries, if you had set things in mind, and again, these are individual because you need to know what season of life you're in and where you are now and where you want to be. All of those things should determine your boundaries. If you had boundaries and set phases that each of those boundaries had to be met before you let people into your inner circle, the narcissist would never have made it through all of those hoops to be able to get into your inner circle. So at any time that you've decided you've had enough, that this is your rock bottom, you can get out of that cycle and start healing and start implementing the things that you've learned through this experience with the narcissist. The narcissist also doesn't want you to know that you're competing. The narcissist is looking at you, watching you, every interaction that you have with the narcissist and with other people. The narcissist is keeping track, and it's always a competition. The narcissist is not okay with you having your thing and they having their thing. What's yours is theirs. What's theirs is theirs. Everything is theirs. And so you need to understand that they're competing with you when you don't even know that you're competing. You didn't even know you were playing a game. You're playing a game, and the narcissist is keeping score the whole time. So it's important that you know that too. The narcissist has always been watching you, looking at how much attention you're getting, any kind of success that you have in your life. The narcissist is thinking that that's a competition, and that if you're winning, they're not winning. And so it needs to be all about them. The narcissist will look for ways to destroy the things that you love. So lots of people, unfortunately, it's very common that my clients will have a business that they start, and the narcissist will find ways to undermine it, whether that means that they don't watch the children or they won't help invest in the business at first, like monetarily. They won't support you going to classes or things like that so that you can learn more about your business or about your field. The narcissist views this all as a competition. So it's important to recognize that the narcissist isn't just going to watch you win. The narcissist is going to be very active in trying to tear down the thing that you're trying to build. So this is going to be an ongoing competition. The number one thing the narcissist does not want you to know is that you have the power and you have the control. And anytime you want this to end, you can leave the situation, and the narcissist can't do anything about it. The narcissist doesn't want you to know that you are worthy of more. The narcissist doesn't want you to know that there is a life outside of the relationship that you have built with the narcissist. The narcissist doesn't want you to know that you can have every single thing that you've ever dreamed of, no matter how much you've lost. The narcissist doesn't want you to know who you truly are. They try to separate you from your identity. They separate you from your support system and those who truly love you, because the narcissist doesn't want you to know that you are loved, that you have a support system, that you have a future. The narcissist doesn't want you to know that you are powerful, and you are more powerful without them, that you are going to have a better life without them. The narcissist doesn't want you to know that you were made on purpose, with purpose, for purpose, that you have something to do in this life that does not involve the narcissist. The narcissist is trying to keep you contained in this small space. That's why they isolate you. It's why they will often financially cut you off from the outside world of being able to make your own money, of being able to make your own friends, of being able to sustain relationships with your family. The narcissist does this on purpose because they don't want you to have a life outside of them. The narcissist knows that if you are able to get outside of them, you're going to find your true identity, your purpose, your life is going to have meaning, and that they'll have no way to feel bigger than somebody. They'll have no way to feel bigger than you. And they need to cut off all of those supplies from you in order to make themselves feel important, that they become your only supply for all of those things, for connection, for finances, for emotional support. all of that stuff, which by the way, they do horribly, all of those things. But they want to be your only source because they can't stand you having a bunch of different areas of your life flourishing when they can't make theirs genuine. They can't make any of those things work for them. So number one, the narcissist doesn't want you to know that you have value, that you are worthy and worth more than what the narcissist will ever be willing to give you. And that's really the number one thing I hope you take away from this video. You are worth more than what you are going through. Get away from the narcissist, get in touch with your identity, find your purpose, and start working on that stuff. You can find my story and about all of the things that I've gone through out there if you need encouragement. But basically, I rebuilt my entire life from nothing. So it's completely possible that you get out of the situation that you're in. I know everybody thinks that works for some people, but not for me, and it's just not true. Over the past 3 years, I've helped dozens of people rebuild their lives, get what they want out of life, make the life that they want. So it's totally possible for you as well. You guys, thanks so much for tuning in. Again, I'm Dr. Angel Storm, and if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to my channel below and turn on the little bell so that you're notified whenever I upload a new video to this channel.